this is our hunting classic version of pipes, tobacco, and whiskey. Thank you for watching. We're at the deer lease somewhere in North Texas, and this weekend it started off great weather. The highs were in the low 60s and the lows were in the upper 30s, and today it decided to get up to about 80 degrees. So hunting is always interesting in North Texas. To celebrate the opening weekend of deer season, we decided that we were going to do a tobacco in the match series from Sutliff.
Yep.
And today we are going to do Sutliff's match Field and Stream. And it was made to kind of emulate or copy the House of Windsor Field and Stream, the old codger blend from many, many, many years ago that's no longer available. It is a semi-aromatic. It has black Cavendish, burley, Cavendish, and Virginias in it. It does have some flavorings in it. It's got an alcohol liqueur topping, and according to tobacco reviews, it says it's also got other miscellaneous. It's a cube cut, found in bulk. I got ours from smokingpipes.com. They have it all the time. Strength of this is mild. Flavoring is mild to medium, and the taste is about medium. Okay, so with that, all that information, let's jump right in. This is our first match of many that we're going to do during deer season. Most of our videos are going to be done out here. It may be by myself, it may be with me and one of my boys. Just depends on where everyone is at the time of the weekend when we do this. So anyway, hopefully you guys can hear us and you appreciate the scenery out here. We certainly do.
Yes, we do.
All right, so let's start off by talking about the tin note, actually a bag note because it's in bulk.
Right, sure.
So what were your thoughts, Colton, about this one?
Immediately before we started the video, I took another whiff of it. The little bag that you gave me, I couldn't really pick up a good tin note, so I got to sniff this one. And, you know, I did get a little bit of a soapiness kind of smell initially. That might be due to some of the additives and all the extra flavorings that they added to it and all that. You do get a little bit of the vanilla and the caramel, more sweetness than anything from me, but those were the two that stuck out a lot. I didn't get a whole lot of the tobacco scent as opposed to.
You're probably not familiar with this
this
style of tobacco. This is a burley forward tobacco.
I don't smoke those.
And yeah, to me it smells like burley. It smells mostly like a burley tobacco. The topping is not heavy on it, so what scents you get from the tin note are light. I get a little bit of licorice and a little bit of vanilla. I read a lot of reviews where some people were getting, hints of caramel, hints of honey, stuff like that. But I get mostly nuttiness from the burley is what I'm getting, and with just a slight hint of licorice and vanilla.
Yeah, this is definitely. I haven't really tried any burleys. This is probably one of the first ones that I've actually smoked.
Yeah,
it's a lot different than an English or a Virginia.
Absolutely, yeah. And there's a lot of folks. Most of those codger blends are either burleys or burley Virginias. Like this is a burley Virginia. So, a lot of old timers. This is what they went to.
Right.
This is what they smoked. There is a touch of in the tin note, a little bit of soapiness. Just a hint, like maybe like a bar of soap, like Dove soap, but it's like not heavy perfume soap.
No. What would cause that kind of soapy smell? Just
maybe it came from the toppings that they added. Burley typically doesn't have that soapy smell. It has more of a nutty smell.
Yeah.
So I would think that that smell is coming from some of the toppings that they have in there.
Very interesting. It's a very interesting tin note. Definitely one that I don't smell too often.
It's very light. The tin note's very light. Yeah, I like it though. It's very very pleasing. What about the taste? What are you getting from the taste?
This is one you mentioned that you get a lot of the nuttiness out of it. That's one whenever you smoke it. That's kind of what I taste as well. is the nuttiness. A little bit of I do get the Virginia in there a little bit, but mainly nuttiness. A touch of the sweeter honey, vanilla, cream, kind of that kind of stuff. But mostly just the nuttiness and a little bit of Virginia.
Yeah, I'm getting mostly burleys, a little bit of the twang, tanginess from the Virginias, ever so slightly the hint of the vanilla. I mean, the topping is barely noticeable, to be honest.
When you smoke it, yeah. It's a little different than the 10 note because when you smoke it, you're just getting a little bit of that nutty topping for me.
And there is a little bit of soapiness in the taste as well.
So it's a little out there for me.
I mean, the burley is definitely the star in this one. And I do get a little bit of licorice as well.
Yeah, it takes me back. I was thinking this whenever I was smoking it out at my place. And I was smoking it, and for whatever reason, the smells remind me of whenever we went to Colorado, whenever I was a kid. You know? For some reason, that's what registered with me. It was just like, being out in the cold and just, getting a mountainous kind of feel to it. I'm not sure why, to be honest, but that's what it brought me back. Maybe at the time, whenever we were kids, you were smoking a little bit of burley while we were there. I don't know for sure, but that...
Man, I've slept since then.
I get you. Yeah.
I don't remember exactly, but this is not a heavily flavored tobacco at all. The burley shines through on this one, so you get a lot of the tobacco taste and just barely some of the toppings. Some people would consider this to be a bland tasting blend.
And I'm still kind of smoking some stuff that has quite a bit of stuff in it, a lot of flavorings, I still occasionally go back to my Black Cavendish, occasionally, not as often anymore. But yeah, considering some of the stuff that I normally smoke, this does not have as much flavor going on. That Castello Sea Rock, which I've been smoking for about 2 weeks now, in comparison, this one doesn't have a whole lot going on in comparison to that one. But that one's got quite a bit.
You don't have to think about this smoke. This would be a good smoke to smoke all day long if you were outside working, doing yard work or whatever, just piddling around with tools or whatever in your garage. You don't have to think about this. You just load it up and smoke it, and it is what it is.
And it actually smokes really, really smooth,
Yeah, it never bites. Really, no. It can bite if you smoke it hard, but it's pretty mild, and it's got a creaminess to it as well.
Yeah, right at the back end for me. That's when I'm getting it. On the exhale, that's when the creaminess kind of comes through. It's more of it's almost got a sweet taste to it, almost, but primarily I'd say burley, what you're saying. And I do get the Virginias.
What did you think about the room note?
Well, it's hard to say because we're outside.
Well, I did smoke it in my garage a little bit before we came.
I never got to really get a really good, accurate 10 note, but from what I can get from it, it's pleasant. It's not offensive. It's very, like you said, mild.
Well, I think the room note is actually stronger than the 10 note, which is not necessarily the case with most tobaccos. Most of the time, the 10 note is stronger than the room note. But this, I think the room note is fuller than the 10 note, and it's because of the burleys coming through.
Yeah.
Because that's what I get mostly is the burleys, that tobacco smell, with just a hint, barely a hint, of that vanilla behind it. But this is a solid smoke, and it's pleasant. When one of our buddies asked us to review this for them, said that online that there's a big rage about the Codger match blends.
Okay.
And so this was one of those that he recommended, and it's pretty solid. It's not bad for a burley person. Now, if you hate burleys, don't jump into this one because it's solid burley. That's what it is.
Right and I don't smoke burleys too often, so this is one of the first ones that I've gotten into, and I mean it doesn't kill you. I imagine burleys are usually considered on the heavy side, maybe for most tobaccos. But this one, for me, I thought it was a nice introduction actually to burley.
Yeah.
But then again, me, I'll smoke a lot of different tobacco, so I'm kind of all over the map. You've mentioned that Ian sticks to his aromatics, Nathan sticks to his Virginias, and you stick more to Englishes.
Mm-hmm.
Me, I'll just walk in and say, hey, yeah, I'll try that. So, it was kind of cool to try it
Well,
out.
it's fun to explore.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
fun to experiment. Well, when we got this, the condition, the moisture level of it, it was a little bit wet. I had to let it dry out a little bit, and it smoked better when I let it. I smoked it once straight out of the bag, and then the rest of the times I smoked it, letting it air out a little bit. Probably about 10 minutes.
Whenever it was moist, did you get a lot of goopiness at the bottom?
No, not really, because I smoked it slow.
Mm-hmm.
But it does change the flavor a little bit. You don't get as much of the burley taste, that nuttiness coming out with when it's more has more moisture. So drying it out helped that burley come through a little bit. The Nick hit is, what do you think?
Mild. I don't really get a huge head rush out of this one. It's like you said. It's an all day smoke that you can do while you're working if you want to, even if you're just sitting around. It's a pretty straightforward smoke that's not really gonna put you on your butt or anything like that. The Nick hit's really not too present, but it is there.
I thought it was moderate.
Yeah, it's nothing that's
you're mild, but you come from a different background than I do, so yeah, it's in between there.
Yeah.
This is considered a codger blend. I think I said I got it from smoking pipes, but I think I actually got it from pipes and cigars.
Okay.
And it came out to be about $2.24 an ounce.
Huh.
So it's not extremely expensive. It's pretty reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
Like we said, the original was made for House of Windsor, and of course they don't make it anymore. So this is a match to try to get as close as possible. It burns at a moderate pace. It's not too bad. The flavor is consistent all the way through. It doesn't change, especially when you dry it out. It might change a little bit as if it was smoked moist.
Okay.
But when I dried it out, it was pretty consistent. There's a little bit of moisture at the end. You asked about that, but it's not a lot.
Okay.
Not a lot. It's not just goopy or anything like that. Doesn't bite.
No.
Definitely could be an all-day smoke.
Yeah.
I think the flavor gets better as you smoke it down to the end.
Yeah. I'm on the back half of my bowl right now, and I would say it has stayed consistent. I didn't get to smoke this a whole lot. I got just a little bitty sample, so I maybe got 2 bowls out of it. This would be my 3rd one that I've had of it. And from what I can tell, it is consistent, and it does burn pretty smooth, and your tongue's not on fire by the time you're done. So that's always a good thing for me.
Well, that's why these older guys, like my grandpa, that's why they went to these kind of blends, and I could see why this was what they smoked, because you didn't have to think about it. You just cram it in your pipe and go, and you can smoke it in the car, you can smoke it outside, doing chores, whatever, and you don't have to think about it. You don't have to sit here and think about keeping the cadence down and things like that. You just smoke it and go. And this is a good representation of what an American blend would be like. All those American blends that you remember as your grandpas and great grandpas were smoking. This is one of those. So, other than that, do you have anything else to say about it?
No. I thought it was a good blend. You maybe mentioned don't jump into burleys with this one. If you're feeling, like you want to be a little adventurous, then this might be a good one to jump into. Smoke it slow and sit back and relax. In my opinion, that's kind of what I think about it.
I like the nuttiness of it. I don't smoke burleys very often, but this is a good reminder of what burleys can be like, and so I kind of like it. I kind of like it for a change of pace. All right. Well, what did you rate this one?
I rated this one a 3 out of 5. Granted, I don't smoke a whole lot of burleys, so this was like I mentioned, one of my first ones, if not my first one. So I'd pretty much put it right in the middle of the road. I would like to come back to it maybe a little later in life whenever I've had more burleys to experiment with, but I think it's a good one. And smelling yours, actually, now that you've blown it a little bit, I actually do like the tin note. It's pretty good.
The room note.
Yeah, the room notes.
Yeah.
I actually do like that.
Yeah.
So I give it 3. I give it 3 out of 5.
I mean, there's not a lot of flavors that can get complex. It's very simple and easy to smoke. And that's what I like about it. I mean, just pop it in your pipe and go. I give this one a 3.5.
Okay.
That's higher than what I've rated a lot of others. And for a good reason, it's up there because to me, this is a good representation of what burley should be like, and it's not harsh, and again, it's not complex.
Yeah.
So there you go. All right. Well, this is Sutliff's Match Field and Stream. We thought that was a great one for the deerlies.
Field and Stream.
Yeah.
We have both out here.
So I was pleased that was our first one. We'll do another one next weekend. Another match blend. I'm not sure exactly which one. I bought like about 10 or 15 of them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, when I got them all. So I'll go through there and we'll see something that be a little bit different. So.
Right on. Cool.
Anyway, that's it that we've got. Just a reminder that we do appreciate your comments. A lot of you have been sending comments and suggestions, and we definitely put those suggestions into our shows. So if you've got anything that you'd like for us to try, send it to us. Make sure you drop a comment down at the bottom of the video, and don't forget to
like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. We don't do this for any other reason other than to get information out there to the community.
Yeah, and really to hang out.
Yeah, well, that's always nice too. Yeah, but so other than that, so the average was 3.25.
Yep.
I think we can bump that to 3.5.
Yeah, we'll round up.
Yeah, 3.5, because I think Nathan liked this one pretty good too. I think he was going to give it 3.5 as well.
Cool. All right.
So about 3.5. Go out and try this one if you're a burley smoker, or if you want something that's just a no nonsense, easy smoke. This one might be something that you're looking for. Okay, well, thanks for coming out. We had a great time at the Deerlies. We're going home tonight, and coming back. I'm coming back next weekend.
Right. I won't be here next weekend, so I'll be taking care of stuff back where I'm at. So unfortunately, I'll miss the next one, but I'll definitely be coming out more often this season.
Cool.
For sure.
All right. Well, that's it for now, guys. Appreciate you tuning in, and don't forget, make all your piping moments count. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.